Welcome back to episode 22 here on the Police Special 2009, making it a performance bagger. So again, a look at what we've done thus far. We've got the chopped saddlebags, our Olin suspension, the chopped fender, the custom taillights. I've got to set the shocks up yet, and I got to wire the taillights. I'm just going on. We're going to be still using this bike as a cruiser for distance and whatnot. I've just pulled out, just move this here, just pulled out my rubber mat from my tour pack because we're going to put a rack on the tour pack today. So that's what we're going to do today. So right here we have a Hog Workz tour pack. I went with black because the tour pack's black. Again, it is on a quick detach, my tour pack, so I won't be rocking it all the time, but when I go places I want to be able to put my tour pack luggage bag that I have that goes on the rack. So I'll give you an example. Here's an OEM Harley Davidson rack. This one's chrome. So this here, you can see the tape, mount a camera on there. Just looking at how much room towards the headrest of the backrest of the tour pack. So it's fairly close, and mounts just on the inside of the recessed part of the tour pack. So I'm going to try and duplicate that over here on this tour pack. So I'm going to open up the bolts and stuff for the tour pack rack itself from Hog Workz. First time using their product. Again, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I just buy what looks like good quality and a reasonable price, and that with our Canadian dollar can maybe work some magic with me, maybe on the shipping or just because of the Canadian dollar. So this company was very nice and got it directly from them. And again, February here in Ontario, it's -2 outside, so I got the heater on in the shop again. But yeah, so I'll get the camera set up and I'll get these bolts out of the packaging here and the washers, and we'll get set up here. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back now. I'm going to put some masking tape down the sides here because I don't want to damage any of the paint. Again, the paint's not in the best shape anyways, but I may ride it until I get it painted. I haven't decided yet. See what the weather's like around here in Ontario first before I decide that, but don't have a whole lot of masking tape left, probably just enough. Just some painter's tape. How I determine on the width, here's the indentation or the scallop that's made into the fiberglass or ABS. I'm not sure what this one is. I just measured it off of the stock Harley rack. So this is a stock tour pack. Didn't come with a rack. Again, this was a police special, so it would have had a smaller tour pack on it. So we'll do that for now. I'm going to grab my rack now. My rack comes stock with these little protective feet on the bottom of it so nothing gets scratched. I'm going to remove them because they're a little bit wider than the actual mounting holes. I'm doing that because I already put down masking tape, so now I'll protect it. I'm going to just set it on here. Again, I want it to be somewhat as close as I can to the backrest, just like it is on the stock OEM one. I'm just eyeballing it right now. My logo in the center, USA, I'm just kind of eyeballing that. I'm just eyeballing the rack. off the backrest. You don't want to have it too far to the back of the tour pack. Main reason is for the weight consumption, but also if we have it closer to the backrest and a person's there, it'll break the wind a little bit better. So I'm gonna mark it there. I've just got a pen. I'm sorry, I'm holding the rack down in the center right now to keep the weight where it is, so it doesn't shift or move on me. Again, I don't know if this is exactly where I'm going to put it. Once I, there goes the heater off now. Once I get these labeled, I will grab a tape measure and I'll actually measure it. Again, it doesn't have to be precise, but I don't want it to look like off center by a whole lot. When you do things custom, I'll be honest with you, not always are things perfect. Sometimes when things are made with a robot or a computer these days, they come out a little better than eyeball and stuff, but I'll be okay with that. So I'm just gonna look at it one last time here. So I already feel like I need to go to the left. So I'm just gonna slide it over. So there's my marks. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring the camera in. So you can just see my pen marks. There's one here, one there, and then the same on this side. One here and one there. So I'm gonna grab my tape measure now, and I'm just gonna measure from the edge of the tour pack. Sorry, just trying to find a... Got no cameraman, story of my life. All I'm gonna do is just do some measurements from the back of the tour pack. About four, that's good. I'm gonna now go from the inside of the scallop, because I've got the metal on my tape measure. I'm gonna actually start on a different number and just see. So 3 to 4. So yeah, we should be going to the left a little bit. That's the same here. And that's the same there. So this bottom one, let's do another measurement again. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to put it back on and eyeball it again. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm liking it. So now I'm going to grab a drill. I'm doing my first drill for a pilot hole. 1/16 of an inch is what I'm doing it at. So pretty small. I've emptied everything that I needed to out of the tour pack. Didn't have a whole lot in there, but my rubber mat I pulled out and we'll vacuum it up after. So, you know, I can find the center by measuring. I'm not gonna measure, I'm just gonna find the center. I'm gonna do my final drill bit size at 9/32, so that'll give me a little bit of wiggle room. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna go backwards first to go through the tape. So I'm gonna run the drill backwards. That'll give me a bit of a starting pilot. And again, using the tape, it will help a little bit of from the paint chipping or anything. I ran it backwards, now I'm going to run it forwards and run this one right through. Yeah, running it backwards just kind of breaks the paint and now, I don't know quite the second size I'm drilling. I'm just kind of bumping it up slowly. So I'm going right from 1/16 to something in between and then 9/32. So that's all I'm doing. I go slow because the drill bit gets hot and it kind of melts the ABS or the plastic a bit, and a lot of the filings just stay on my drill bit, which is good. Hopefully not too much inside the tour pack. If it does, I'll just vacuum it out. So you can see how a lot of it just stayed right on my drill bit. I can just pull that off now and throw it right in the garbage. So like I said, this is going to be a little bit bigger than the bolts that are going up. I'm okay with that. Gives me a little bit of wiggle room, and if I have to, I can put a little bit of silicone around the bolts. I'm going to take one of my bolts right now and just put it in the hole. Yep, I like that. Finish drilling the other three. So I'll just bring you in here. So all I did was drill the holes, all 4 of them, ran a pilot, and then went in between size, and then went right to the actual size. So now I just peel the tape off. Easier said than done. Still pretty cold here in the shop. You can hear the heater clicking on and off. So, you know, a lot of this stuff may have been better off in a warmer climate, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So left it all pretty nice there. So I'm gonna open the tour pack now. Not too many filings inside, so we can look here. You can see the light now. There's one there, one here, and the other one there. So those are the ones that I'm going to be going through. So I'm just going to tilt the camera up. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on these bolts. I'm putting the Loctite on them this time where I haven't drawn my saddle bags and stuff, because I'm going to be removing the tour pack on and off quite often for myself to you know, go solo riding or tour riding. So just by lifting it on and off, I'm just going to put a little Loctite on for my own peace of mind. Again, this is Hog Workz, is the manufacturer of this rack. So far, liking it. It's got these little feet though. This is the part that I'm a little skeptical of. I would have thought the feet would have stuck on and stayed on while I was installing. They don't. So that being said, I kind of have to watch and don't scratch the tour pack, or excuse me, my lid of my tour pack. So I'm gonna put the washer on. I got Loctite on it, so I got one on thus far. Just gonna try and get that hung there. Like I say, because I gotta put the little washers in between the rack and the tour pack lid, and they don't just stick on. They're not like feet that stay on, so you gotta kind of do it yourself. So what I do is I kind of go in a crisscross or opposite pattern. No rhyme or reason, just easier to get it started. Again, just put a little bit of blue Loctite on it. These bolts are just 10 mil socket. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the bottom bolt through the bottom of the tour pack. It's got a lock washer, a steel flat washer, and then a plastic washer. And then in between the rack and the tour pack lid, I just put one plastic washer. So I'm going to install the last one here. I'm going to bring you around here. And you're going to see right down this angle here. It's tough to see because of the reflection, but how would I do this? So I'm putting, let's see if I can back it up and you can see a little better. That might be okay there. So I'm going in this back one here. It's the last one. I'm going to slide the bolt in from the inside of the tour pack lid, which I have to eyeball. I'm going to put my washer now. Once the bolt comes through, try not to drop it. Got it. And now I'm going to start the bolt into the rack thread. So I've got it now. So now what I'm going to do is, you'll see, I'll see if I can angle it a bit better. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to tighten in a crisscross pattern all the mounting bolts. You don't want to tighten one side up too much. You just draw them in a little bit at a time. Like I say, I go a crisscross pattern. You don't want to crack the lid. You don't want to damage it. You don't want to cross thread anything either. And that's the interesting part, is that the lid is on a contour angle. So, you know, when you drill it, you want to make sure you're going up, straight up and down, or it's not going to line up too good. So now I'm just snugging. Is all I'm doing is snugging them right up flush. Again, remember your tour pack lid right now is only being held up with the strap. Those straps are known to break sometimes when you put too much weight on them. There's something to remember and think about. So now I take my extension off and I'll just give it a little bit, tighten them up just a little bit more. There's not much going on here, just tightening them up. So I'm holding the back side because I don't want it to break or flex. And we'll go on an angle. Again, just a little bit of blue Loctite. You never want this rack to fly off with your luggage bag on it. That'd be no fun at all. You got to remember it's a steel bolt going into a steel rack, but you got to remember it's just going through plastic or ABS or whatever kind yours is. Again, this rack is from Hog Workz. So there we go. I got them all tight now. Just putting my drill back here. I'm going to put my rubber mat back in the tour pack. This goes in the bottom of it. I'm going to close up our tour pack. Pull it out and take a look here. So you can see I kind of got it hung over a little bit more on the right side here than I do on the left side, but I'm okay with that because the hinge is on this side, so if I can keep the weight shifted a little bit. What I was doing was lining up with USA on the tag right there in the center, and then I was lining it up to have an angle right there in between. If you look at my my video of things to have for road trips, you'll see my tour pack bag that I had, and that's the tour pack bag I use when I go on trips. So again, didn't take much. We used some masking tape. We then lined up the holes for the mounting hardware for our rack, and then I ran the drill backwards with a pilot hole just to break the paint and the tape, and then I ran it forwards, right, clockwise, to drill through, and then I just bumped it up to the size I need it. And yeah, I think it's a good product from Hog Workz. I'll just show you a little bit of the difference I was speaking of. This is a Harley one here. It has like a foot. That foot sticks on the rack, so when I mount the rack, these are stuck onto the rack. So the only difference was on this one, I had the small washers. Trying to zoom in, it's tough with black on black on black. So you can see the small washer there. So that's why I had to run the screw through, or the bolt through, put the washer on, and then tighten it down. But with those plastic washers and everything in place, it should not allow water through. If it does, I'll pull the bolt back out and I'll put a little black silicone there and I'll tighten it back down. But I'm happy with that. You know, I got all the stickers off the back, obviously except for one. I'm going to use some Goo Gone back there. You know, like I said, it's not in the best of shape, but it's going to be a performance bagger, and you know, if it's got some marks on it and stuff, just build some character. So I'm not too worried about that, but I'm happy with this product. Hog Workz, I'm very happy with it. Again, not sponsored by any means, but I'm liking the product. Nice product. So another piece of the project done. So keep tuning in and walk through with me as I build this bike. Learn with me. Again, other people might have different techniques they do. Myself, just utilizing tools that are in anyone's garage to get the job done. I have a lot of specialty tools here for Harleys and for other measuring devices and proper precision tools, but just doing this job as quickly as I can and get it done with as little tooling that I need to pull out. And I just hope you guys enjoy it, and that's about it. But we'll zoom out here and take a look at the bike. So in the back, we got the saddlebags on. We've got the fender on. We've got the Olin suspension on. We've got our saddlebag guards on. We've got our rack now on. So it's coming along, coming along. Thanks a lot, and till next time, stay healthy.